Hello, welcome. In this video, we are going to focus on finding sol, or scale degree 5, or the dominant of the scale. So if your scale degree 1 home is here, we're going to focus on finding this note. On scale degree 5. So we are going to find this a couple different ways, a couple different contexts. First, we're going to practice finding it in the context of hearing the chords 1, 5, 1, so we have a really strong sense of where do is. We're going to use that as like a reference from finding so. And I'm going to use so and sol interchangeably. I apologize for the inconsistency. I actually learned when I did ear training, I learned on scale degree numbers. So this is a little bit outside of my wheelhouse, just in the name realm. So I apologize if my use of different names offends anyone. We are going to start hearing the context of a 1-5-1 chord progression. Then we're going to hear just a 5-1 chord progression. In section 3, I'm just going to play a dominant chord. So basically, you're just going to be finding the root of that dominant chord, which would be scale degree 5. And then I'm just going to play a 1 chord. So your task would then be to find the 5th of that major chord. Of course, I always like to use timestamps, so if you find that one exercise is getting too easy for you or you feel like you have it, go ahead and skip to the next one. And if you get through it all and you feel like it can be expanded even more, please let me know what ways you think it would be helpful for me to expand. I'll do 24 examples of each of these. So I'm going to walk you through the first example of each section, starting with 1-5-1. So if we are in this key, I'm going to establish the key first. There's a couple ways that you can establish that strategy. So one way is that you can know where the tonic is. And you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would be your sol. You can also, if you are listening for the bass line, often, not always, but often, the bass is going to have a 1, 5, 1 in it. So, and your sol would be this note. So 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 5. And if you are practicing catching the root of that 5 chord, one way you can always check is just to hum that sol, that 5 note, as it resolves, and see if it's still consonant within the chord, because of course we know that scale degree 5 is a part of both the 1 and the 5 chords. So that was example 1. Now we're going to move more quickly, and I'm going to talk a lot less, and I'm going to let you figure out the 5th scale degree of the key established. Here's example 2. And here's sol. Example 3. Here's 5. Example 4. Here's 5. Example 5. Here's 5. Example 6. Here's 5. Example 7. Here's 5. Example 8. Here's 5. Example 9. Here's 5. Example 10. Here's 5. Example 11. Here's 5. Example 12. Here's 5. Example 13. Here's 5. Example 14. Here's 5. Example 15. And here's 5. Example 16. Here's 5. Example 17. Here's 5. Example 18. Here's 5. Example 19. Here's 5. Example 20. Here's 5. Example 21. Here's 5. Example 22. Here's 5. Example 23. Here's 5. Example 24. And here's 5. In this section, I'm going to be playing a 5 and then a 1 chord. So you would be finding the root of the first chord and then the fifth of the second chord. So you're looking for one common tone that will sound good between both of them. I'll start in root position, but I might mix in different inversions so you won't always have the bass line to rely on. We'll try to mix it up because part of this is being able to have the skills to hear the chord tones even when they're not always there. So here's example 1. And here's 5. Example 2. And here's 5. Example 3. Here's 5. Example 4. Here's 5. Example 5. And here's 5. Example 6. Here's 5. Example 7. Here's 5. Example 8. And here's 5. Example 9. Here's scale degree 5. Example 10. Here's scale degree 5. Example 11. Here's 5. Example 12. Here's 5. Example 13. Here's 5. Example 14. Here's 5. Example 15. Here's 5. Example 16. Here's 5. Example 17. Here's 5. Example 18. Here's 5. Example 19. Here's 5. Here's example 20. Here's 5. Example 21. Here's 5. Example 22. Here's 5. Example 23. Here's 5. And example 24. Here's 5. In this third part, we're going to play into the dominant chord quality, and we're going to pretty much just focus on finding the root of a dominant chord. And so I'm going to play a 5-7 chord, and your job is to find the 5 of the scale that it is the 5-7 of, so the root of the chord. Here's example 1. And this one, I have it in root position mostly. Yeah, it's in root position, so that is the root of the chord. And that's the bass note. We can also have them in different versions. For example, here's example 2. And then some strategies to think about. Where does your ear want to go? Because the dominant chord, it wants to go somewhere, right? So I would think, and there is your root of the chord. So listen again. Here's example 2. Even though the bass note is down here. here is example 3. And here is scale degree 5. Right, because it's going to go here. Example 4. Here's the root of that. Example 5. I have this one in third inversion, meaning that the 7 of the 5/7 is at the base. So it actually starts here, but the root is here. Right, because that goes something like that. And now I'm just going to keep going without talking. Here's example 6. And here's that dominant. Example 7. Here's the root of that chord. Example 8. Here's the root of that chord. Example 9. Here's the root of that chord. Example 10. Here's the root of that chord. Example 11. Here's the root. Example 12. Here's the root. Example 13. Here's the root. Example 14. Here's the root. Example 15. Here's the root. Example 16. Here's the root. Example 17. Here's the root. Example 18. Here's the root. Example 19. Here's the root. Example 20. Here's the root. Example 21. Here's the root. Example 22. Here's the root. Example 23. Here's the root. Example 24. And here's the root. For this last exercise, I'm going to just play a major triad, and your job is to pick out the fifth of the chord, and that would be scale degree 5. So finding sol. Another variation, I thought of would be to find the root of a triad, but I figured we've already kind of done that with finding the root of the dominant 7 chord, and the dominant quality of chord is going to be a lot more likely to have scale degree 5 as the root. So this is the established tonic chord. So for example, here is example 1. And that's a root position chord. So we can think, okay, our root, our scale degree 1 is here. And you can use your favorite strategy to find 5 from there. You can think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can think 1, 5. You can think, maybe if you really love the song Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, you can think twinkle, twinkle, as you find the 5th scale degree if you want to think about that relationship. Here we go. I'll play, of course, a bunch of different inversions, so it won't always be as easy as this one, just to keep you on your toes. Example 2. And here's the 5th. Example 3. Here's the 5th. Example 4. Here's the 5th. Example 5. Here's the 5th. Example 6. Here's the 5th. Example 7. Here's the 5th. Example 8. Here's the 5th. Example 9. Here's the 5th. Example 10. Here's the 5th. Example 11. Here's the 5th. Example 12. Here's the 5th. Example 13. Here's the 5th. Example 14. Here's the 5th. Example 15. Here's the 5th. Example 16. Here's the 5th. Example 17. Here's the 5th. Example 18. Here's the 5th. Example 19. Here's the 5th. Example 20. Here's the fifth. Example 21. Here's the fifth. Example 22. Here's the fifth. Example 23. Here's the fifth. And example 24. And here's the fifth. So I hope you have found these exercises helpful today. Please let me know in the comments if you did, or if you have any other ideas for exercises that would really help you focus on intervals or ear training, or things that should be easy that maybe they seem easy for a lot of other people but aren't as easy for you. I would love to help pinpoint that and create resources that can help you with that. So yeah, please let me know what you think would be helpful. And until next time, stay mindful, stay musical, and stay out of trouble.